Governor's Island on your right. It is empty, except for a maintenance school, a small fire department. Looking quite dark over there. But a lot of the buildings are going to be torn down for a park eventually. A Dutch firm wanted designed for that park. The older part we're approaching will be preserved, even though it's basically empty. We do have a school here this time of year, during the school days. Harbor School for Maritime Studies. We'll come back in the summer and we have a lot of events. Prince Harry was over here playing polo back in May. MIA performed here from the UK in August, a big concert. Bicycles, art installations, and concerts. A whole variety of activities here in the warmer weather months, Fridays through Sundays. That'll be Memorial Day until middle of October. Look on your left, look at Manhattan, look carefully. It's hard to point out specifically, but here comes the Canyon of Heroes, Lower Broadway. You're going to see the Chrysler building. There it is. A little white top building right up that street. Well, that's Broadway. That's where we have parades honoring war heroes, sports heroes, celebrities. That's what the Yankees had a parade a year ago, the baseball champs, or chumps, depending upon your point of view. Didn't have one this year. Football giants had a parade there after winning the Super Bowl. Persian Gulf War veterans had a parade there. I guess that was about 17 years ago. Wherever Broadway starts, over there is a little park called Bowling Green. And that's where the Dutch sailors had their homes in the 1600s. Longboarding being a popular sport with the early Dutch. Here is a fortress on your right, Castle Williams on Governor's Island, built to protect the harbor from invaders, especially the British. So we didn't have very good relations with the Brits in the early 1800s. Ended up having a war with them, the War of 1812, and no part of that war took place here in New York Harbor. So that black cannon, some of you can make it out, I believe, it's pointed right at us, was never fired in anger. The British did blockade this harbor during that war. That's the war where they burned Washington, D.C. to the ground. You can even see the ferry boat on your right that brings people over to this island, Governor's Island. It's right in front of that silo-like structure. That silo structure on your right is actually the headquarters for the Men in Black. In real life, that's why the ventilation shafts for Broken Battery filmed right here in New York City. And that's used as the cover shot, the establishing shot for the Men in Black headquarters of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. It's one of the events for the Broken Battery Tunnel, connecting Brooklyn with Battery Park. Men in Black 3, by the way, it's being filmed in New York City, even as I speak, especially in the borough of Queens. We also have Red Hook broken by the big cranes on your right side. Our last container ship operation in New York City. The Queen Mary 2 is scheduled to dock over here on Tuesday if you're around at this waterfront. Staten Island ferry boats leave from the berthing area on your left. That's kind of lit up. The rather dark one is used by the white ferry boat to take people over to Governor's Island. So we got Red Hook, Brooklyn, but then we have Brooklyn Heights off the right bow. You can see some of the skyscrapers in Brooklyn. 2.8 million people live over there off the right bow. It's named after a Dutch town of the same name, different spelling. Brooklyn Queens Expressway is over there. You New Yorkers on board, no express should not be part of the name. Look at the upper level over there, it's barely moving. And straight ahead, the Brooklyn Bridge, 1883, one of the necklaces of light we have off the bow. 14 years to build. John Rolbing, a German-born engineer, designed it. 6,000 feet from end to end. The tower's 300 feet high, with the tallest man-made thing in America. Totally dominated the skyline of early Manhattan. Nothing was as tall as those bridge towers. No church steeples, for example. You can walk across the bridge, bike across the bridge if you like. Tomorrow is supposed to be like today. Excellent day to do that. And here's our busiest heliport. By those kind of orange and blue lights, busiest one in Manhattan. It's used by businessmen and women Important documents come in here by helicopter. Our presidents use it. Tour helicopters, of course, use it as well. On a Saturday night, of course, it's going to be kind of quiet. Light sculptures on your left in autumnal colors. That's next to the Police Museum, which you can't really see.
Púchale,
It's
sigue
over.
grabando, pero si tú le puchas, toma.
We got displays related to 9/11. We did lose 26 police officers on 9/11. 37 Port Authority police officers died. Lights, kind of red door over there. Maybe you can make out those doors right over the sailboat. Lost 14 firefighters on September 11th.
Ponte.
And I believe a lot of you on board, Americans especially, know that we lost 343 firefighters on that very grim Tuesday, a little over 9 years ago. There's a long line of white lights coming up on your left, just north of this pier, this is called Pier 11.
Tómame otra.
A line of white lights on the shoreline. Keep looking on those lights, and you might be able to see the church at the end of the street at Broadway. It's Episcopal, Trinity Church. Red lights on your left, that might help you out a little bit. Over your left shoulder, that's where Wall Street is. Cars coming at us from Wall Street. Let's see if we can make out the church. It's very dimly lit. And then on the south side of the street will be the little corner of the stock exchange, sliver of concrete. It'll actually be lit, at least it was earlier tonight. There's the church, right behind us slightly. It's actually lit up quite well tonight. See the church down there? Better than normal. And there's the corner of the stock exchange. Closed to the public. Museum of American Finance is open to the public during the weekdays. Got a live feed from the stock exchange there. If you're around on Monday. And we got the tall ships in the South Street Seaport area. Can't see them very well. We got the Peking over there, built in Hamburg, Germany, for example. Check that out tomorrow if you'd like. German shoes have to carry nitrates between South America and Europe. Nitrates used for fertilizer, also used for munitions. South Street Seaport area with shopping, dining, Seaport Museum, all kinds of things. The gold statue, that's on our municipal building. That's where a lot of city government takes place. That's very close to our city hall, which you can't see from our boats. It's too short. It's from 1813. Watchtower publication.